Nothing says I love you like homemade treats. That's why my favorite things to gift over the holidays can be eaten.
Oh, I love that, Jess. So our next guest is ready to inspire the kitchen elf in you. Here with the edible gift ideas for everyone on your list is award-winning cookbook author and vegan YouTuber behind 2 Spoons, Hannah Sunderani. Welcome back to the show.
Back, Hannah. I love being here. We're delighted to have you. And let's dive into your first edible gift idea, which is a stuffed date. I love this idea. I often stuff dates, but I usually make them kind of sweet and savory. Maybe jam a piece of cheese or an almond and then wrap that bad baby in bacon. But you have gone full-on sweet.
Yes.
Tell us what you've done here.
Yeah, so these are my chocolate-covered stuffed dates.
So pretty.
They are fully sweet. The dates themselves are kind of acting like a caramel flavor, and then we've stuffed it with some peanut butter and some raspberry jam, a little bit of chopped peanuts on top, and then we drizzle the whole thing with chocolate.
That is delicious. Do you know how happy someone would be to get that in a beautiful little box like done here? I would be ecstatic.
That's what I love about this gift so much, is that one thing that's really great about these stuffed dates is that they can be prepared 1 to 2 weeks in advance. So you can pop them in the fridge, and then when you're ready to gift, just pop them in a little box and away they go.
Now, these are delicious. What else could you stuff into those dates?
So there's lots of different flavor variations that you can do. I love substituting the peanut butter for an almond butter or a cashew butter. It's really good. But if you wanted to make the recipe entirely nut-free, tahini would be really good, a pumpkin seed butter, and then feel free to play around with the jam. So if you're using tahini, something like an apricot or a blueberry jam would pair really nicely.
Oh, nice. Okay, let's move on next to the next treat, which is a matcha cookie. Why is this one of your favorite holiday cookies?
Yeah, so I feel like it's just not the holidays without cookies, which is why cookie swaps are so popular at this time of year.
Yeah.
And this one just feels so festive with holiday vibes with that beautiful pop of green color. And then it's got that crackle topping that's just feeling so snow-kissed. I know, I love these so much. If I were to open a vegan bakery, these would be the cookies that I serve. They're an amaretti cookie, which means that it's almond flour based. So not only are they vegan, but they're also gluten-free. So you're kind of checking more dietary restrictions with that option, and then it's got that nice pop of matcha coming through as well as vanilla.
And the color!
It's so beautiful. How do you make them? Is it hard?
Yeah, so this recipe is a little bit more involved, but it's actually really fun. So as I said, the recipe's vegan, and so instead of whipped egg whites, we're using something called aquafaba. Yeah, so
Chickpeas.
That's
stuff.
right. So for those of you who don't know, it's basically a fancy way to say canned chickpea water. So next time you open a can of chickpeas, don't throw away that water because it can whip up into a beautiful whipped egg white. Then we put in the almond flour, we add in the matcha, roll it into balls, and then from there we roll in a little bit of cane sugar followed by icing sugar. And when it bakes, it makes this beautiful crackle topping that you see.
Wow. I am really excited about your next edible treat, which is homemade granola. I make granola all the time, but I never think about gifting it. It's just for me. And because you make it in such a big batch,
It's so good for
a
gifting
no-brainer.
for neighbors or friends. You can make a big batch and it goes a long way, which is one thing I really love about doing granola. I also love gifting it because, as you said, it's a really busy time of year for people. And so they're not thinking of themselves. So I like to make a gift that's gonna sustain people. This would be a really great thing that someone could have for breakfast, sprinkled on top of a yogurt parfait. And in terms of what's inside, we've got oats, we've got some hazelnuts and almonds in here, as well as some pumpkin seeds and sesame seeds, and it's sweetened with agave. One last thing I love about this recipe is that if you're new to baking, this is the perfect recipe for you because you can't really mess up granola and you still get all the benefits of your house smelling like a Christmas dream. There's lots of holiday spices in here as well as the toasted nut. Just makes your house feel so festive.
this is way better than mine. It truly is.
It's really delicious.
So
Now you have the
good.
recipe.
It's truly good. What other variations can you do?
So you could make this nut-free by swapping out those nuts for dried fruits. So dates would be really nice and apricots. You could also do goji berries and mulberries would be really nice. Or if you're a chocolate lover, when the granola has cooled, you could sprinkle in some chocolate chips, and that just kind of amps up the decadence and makes it feel more desserty.
It's really good.
This one I think I can do. I think I can handle this one.
You absolutely can.
This next one sounds really interesting.
Yeah.
You call it faux gras.
That's correct.
What is this?
So we've talked a lot about our sweet edible gifts, but we can't forget the savory lovers in our life. This is a faux gras, which is basically a rendition of a foie gras, which is a French delicacy. It's a liver pate, but here we've used a blend of mushrooms, walnuts, and lentils. We've pureed that into a really nice spread on garlic bread.
2-second rule.
There's lots more here. You just spread it onto some garlic bread or fresh baguette. This would be perfect if you're going somewhere like a New Year's Eve party or you're having a holiday dinner. You could bring this and the host could then serve it as like a pre-dinner appetizer, or you could even put them in little jars and then you could gift them as a takeaway home gift.
This is delicious.
Wow.
I'm obsessed with it. What are the different ways you can serve it? I love the crostini sort of idea.
Yeah, so here, like the traditional way to do it is with baguette or French bread, but we can definitely get creative here. I love adding a little creativity. So one of the things that I love to do is spread it onto sourdough bread and make a sandwich with it. So adding something like roasted red pepper, roasted eggplant, a little bit of arugula, and then if you have any leftover cranberry sauce, throw that on too, and it's like this gourmet festive sandwich.
So good. I like this more than foie gras.
A lot of my even non-vegan friends and family love this recipe.
Incredible. Delicious.
Okay, you have one final sweet for us, and it's perfect because I can't think of anyone who wouldn't want festive fudge brownies.
Yes. So 'tis the season for chocolate, and this brownie recipe completely delivers on that promise. I have topped it with some crunchy candy cane, which adds a really nice mint flavor, and I just love that pop of holiday color. Another thing I love about this recipe is not only is it vegan, but it's also gluten-free and nut-free. It uses coconut flour as the base of the recipe, so this would be really good for gifting for someone like a teacher or anywhere that's a nut-free facility. This is the perfect recipe for that. It's also loaded with fudgy chocolateness. There's a cup of cocoa powder in it as well.
Wow, that's a lot.
That's a lot.
Yes, as well as chocolate chips that have been baked into the batter. So we're really getting that those fudgy chocolate notes. And then I just love that candy cane topping for that pop of festive color.
Okay, but what if someone is not feeling the candy cane?
Right.
as the
Yes.
topping?
So
Yeah.
if mint and chocolate is not your vibe, I totally get that. Another thing that I love to do is crush pretzels and put pretzels on top. That salty chocolate combo is really nice. Or you could double down on the fudginess and add some chocolate icing, or just sprinkle with more chocolate chips. Wow.
Oh my gosh, I mean, our baking is set for gifting. I love this, Hannah. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you so much for having me. Thank you.
All of them, delicious.
Yeah. Hey there, what did you think? Drop your comments below and join the conversation. And don't forget to like and subscribe so you can find more on everything from food and fashion to pop culture and current events. See you soon.